doing a series recently where I go through all of my chopping block makeup and I try it on and I really see what I feel about it. I did a massive kind of faux declutter series a few months ago where I went through my entire makeup collection. I picked out products that I just didn't know how I felt about them and I put them into a pile to try and to use and to see what I feel about them. So this is chopping block part 3. I've done 2 other videos like this in the past, testing out makeup that I just don't know. I don't know if I like them or not. So this is the perfect opportunity to do that. This is the last video in this series because I'm kind of struggling now. I'm putting things together and I'm like, okay, it's definitely the last one. But I've loved this series so much because it has really, really opened my eyes to the products in my makeup collection. And that is amazing. But just before we do jump into the video today, guys, if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe because it would mean the world to me. It really helps me out in the algorithm. It really pushes my videos to new viewers. And if you would like to become a channel member, it means we have an exclusive group chat. You get to vote on member exclusive polls and vote on what makeup I use that day, and also you get an exclusive video every single Monday for Members Monday. So if you are interested in that, it does also help out the channel enormously and I would be forever grateful. And hello to my lovely regulars. I hope you are well. I hope you're doing amazing today and I hope you enjoy this video. I did notice just before I started that intro that my colourful lights aren't on. So 1 second. Okay, we're back. Did that even make any difference? Yeah, a little bit. Ah, I just hit my hand on my desk. Ow! That really hurt. Oh. Ow! Ow! Oh, Christ, that hurt. My thumb's gone numb. Ow! Okay, let's try. Oh. Ow! I do have a story as well to tell you today. I went to another dating event and I'm going to tell you all about it. It was actually really, really good. And I thought, you know what? I'll tell you the story of the dating event while I do this little get ready with me. I thought, you know what? Why not? It's not really enough to do a full story time on. I don't think anyway. I won't go into like vast amount of details, but I thought I could, you know, tell you how it went. Okay, so I'm actually going to start with primer. So I have used this primer in other chopping block videos. This is the Aviv Skin Nova. I want to give it another go today. I'm not the biggest primer person. I just don't really use them that much. So I want to get to know it and get to understand it a little bit before I make a decision. And because I'm not a primer person, I kind of want to do a few uses. I have really been loving these, the Glow Filter from Beauty Bay. I didn't think I would love this at all. This is kind of a similar product, but this is definitely more red. So I thought, well, if I've been liking this, maybe I'll like this. I don't know. So you can see it's definitely more like gold toned. You know what? I might just use my fingers to rub this in. And then once it's rubbed in, it doesn't look as gold anymore. I usually use these products on like my chest or on my shoulders or anything like that. I don't normally use them on my face just because I like very full coverage foundations. So by the time I've done all this and then put my foundation on, you're not going to be able to see it anyway. So I am just going to pop it on my shoulders because this is definitely how I would actually use it. And then I'm gonna see there's not that much of a difference. It's definitely given me something. Like it feels hydrating, so that's nice. But yeah, I think I've learned that I definitely prefer these products on my neck, on my chest, rather than on my face. It's fine. I think it just doesn't give that much. I think I am going to let this go, to be honest. I've tried it a few times now. I put it under the microscope a few times and I'm just not feeling it. So, you know what? Yeah, I think that's that on that. Next is foundation, and I am actually really scared for this because this is a foundation that I do not like. I do not like at all, really, but there is a product that it actually works with. So I'm going to try it again today. I'm going to try it. This is the IRL filter from Makeup Revolution, and this is awful. I really don't like it, but as I said, I'm going to try and mix and match it today. I'm going to see if I can make it work, and I'm going to see what the true deal is. This is the product that I mix it in with. It's the Glow Milk Bronzed from the Beauty Crop. This could also, I might put this on like one shoulder as well, because I'm going out a lot. I'm going to a lot of dating events. I've never been out before. Like the other night was the first time I've ever been out in a bar past like 9 o'clock at night. And like that's scary for me. It's like new things, but at the grand old age of 24 nearly, I'm going out. I've been on a night out. Is everyone proud of me? So I'm just gonna pop this, the Beauty Crop. Ooh, it's congealed a little bit. That's not great. It's like hardened. Lovely. Let me pop that on. Ooh, that is glowy. Okay, I'm going to put the other half on this shoulder because that was a lot. See that? Look at that. Whoa. Okay. Right, okay. They are similar products, but anyway. So, let me tell you about this dating event. I have been to 2 dating events now. I've been to one in Birmingham and one in Liverpool. Now, I really like Liverpool because I lived there for 3 years and I know like the drill and I know the city, and I feel, you naturally feel more comfortable in a city that you've lived in before. So I was feeling good. I walk in, right? Story time. I walk in and I'm the only girl there, which is not fun. Obviously you go to meet men, but when you're the only girl there, it is a little bit like, ooh, this is really, really awkward. Everything is like hardening today. Hang on. So eventually another woman comes and like we're having a good time, and very, very long story short, there was no men that I actually found attractive at the dating event. However, finally, when I say a 10 out of 10 walked in, 10 out of 10, beautiful. And then we started talking and we ended up leaving the event because it was like dire. It was really, really bad. It wasn't anything to do with the event. It was just like the men at the event didn't talk to women. And there was like barely any women there anyway. And the men were just talking to other men. And it was not the vibe. I think the men there needed a little bit of, I don't know what they needed, to be honest, but what was going on, I don't know. So we ended up leaving. We had such a nice night. We made like this friendship group. And it was so funny, like complete strangers. We'd never met each other before that night. But it was just so nice. And it was so out my comfort zone. Because as I said before, I've never like been out before. My freshers was cancelled due to the big C. Then I had medical conditions, which meant I couldn't really go out during uni. So I just never went out. I stayed at home. And yeah, I've never like been out before. But we found this really nice kind of quiet bar and we were all just laughing. There ended up being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us at this like cute little bar, and it was just so nice. And listen, girlies, I've had a lot of really bad situations with men recently. And so it was a one night thing. It was a one night thing. With the 10 that walked in the room. The only 10 in the room. Woo! And I don't usually I've never done that before. Night of new experiences. But you know what? Oh my God, I needed it. I needed it. I'm so fed up with men right now. And, we spoke about it beforehand. We said, look, this is going to be like he wasn't ready to settle down and da-da-da-da-da. That's absolutely fine. And we talked about it. He made me feel so comfortable. He was so nice. Like even afterwards, he was so lovely. And I needed that. I needed a bit of a reset, I think. I needed a bit of a refresh. But yeah, I do feel a bit like, ugh. I do feel a bit, ugh. Because, yeah, I've never done that before. But I don't think I'll do it. I don't think I'll jump into doing it again. But, I mean, I think I needed it. It was fine. But yeah, he was fit. He was so good looking. So you know what? I'm not complaining. But I am going to another dating event next week, and that's going to be, you know, I'm looking for a relationship. That's going to be, I'm looking for the one, you know. Yeah, I'm not going to be doing that situation again. Okay, let's have a look. Oh no, it's dry. No, it's just so dry. I don't understand how people can use this foundation. This is so bad. Even with that glowy primer. And it was a half and half mix. It wasn't just like a little bit. Oh God. Can you see around my nose? So dry. It's a lot better than how it is normally, like without. Look at my forehead. That is so dry. Yeah, it looks better than if I didn't use the beauty crop at all, but it's still, I've got like little dust hairs on my face. It just still looks so dry. Look at that. It's peeling. What the hell? Ew. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay, you know what? I'm so done with this foundation. It is ridiculous. Some people were in my comment, oh, and it does this. I forgot. It like leaks out of the pump. Even after you've pumped it, it just still keeps leaking. No, that's going. I'm sorry. I'm going to wipe this off. I'm going to do my base again. What? No. No, no. Okay, I've just redone my face up to my bronzer. So I've done foundation, concealer, powder, bronzer, and brows off camera, just because I don't have anything more to do on chopping block. As I said, I've already done 2 videos in this chopping block series. So, sorry, I've got like either a stan hair or something on my nose. It's really itching me. But yeah, I've done 2 of these videos already. So I have gone through quite a lot of the products that I decluttered in my little fake declutter series. However, I have so many blushes. It is kind of ridiculous. I have all of these blushes in the chopping block still that have not been used in other videos. So we've got a lot to choose from, and I'm really not sure what I want to go with. I think I'm going to go with the Mitchell Blursh. This is in the shade Sweet Cheeks. A lot of people love this product, and that's why I'm going to use it today. I want to see what the deal is. Am I just crazy? I know I'm not, because I know a lot of other people have had issues with this, but I just want to give it one more go. I really want to love these. I really want to make them work for me, but they just don't. They have never worked for me. They look cakey and dry and unblended on my cheeks, so I don't really understand how I'm meant to use them. I've used them in so many different ways. I've tapped it straight on the cheek, I've put it on the back of my hand, I've used a beauty blender, I've used a brush, I've used my fingers, I've tried everything. And just for context, I do have very, very dry skin, so maybe this works great for people with more oily skin, but for me, and I know for a lot of other people as well, they just don't work very well. So I'm going to be as careful as possible with this today. I'm going to pop it on the back of my hand. It's a very, very bright pink shade. I'm going to use a very, very soft stippling brush. So this is like one of those duo fiber stippling brushes. I'm going to go on the back of my hand. I hate putting product on the back of my hand. It just feels gunky to me. So already strike one. And I'm just going to start just tapping that in here. And I'm going to be really quick because in my past experience, these have dried very, very quickly. They've also dried patchy. They've just not been what I want. I have set very, very slightly under my eyes, but I've not set the rest of my face. So this should be absolutely fine. I'm not the biggest fan of cream products at the best of times. I would rather have a powder blush than a cream or liquid blush any day of the week. So already it's on a little bit of a bad foot, but I just don't get these products. I don't really understand how you're meant to use them. And I know I'm not the only one, but I also know there's a lot of Mitchell fans out there who have given me words. And they've had words with me because I don't like these products. But hey, if we were all the same, the world would be very boring, you know? I actually think this is the best it's ever looked on me, doing it this way. I've not looked up close yet though, so that could be a lie. I like to blush the end of my nose and the end of my chin as well. I'll just pop a little bit more on. I think this is like the floppiest brush that I own. There's no writing on it at all, but this is like really, really like not dense. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, that's definitely better than it's ever looked on me. There's still some patchiness though. Hang on. Let me try and blend it out a little bit. I think it's dried. Oh, wait, no. Oh, wait, hang on. I thought it had dried patchy for a second, but just going to keep blending it. This is by far the best it's ever looked on me. But, like I said before, I hate putting things on the back of my hand. It just feels gunky to me. It feels wasteful, and I don't want to have to put, it's dried on the back of my hand. It's not going anywhere. Again, okay, another strike down. If I have to put this on the back of my hand, it better leave the back of my hand, you know? I'm just going to scrub this off. Ideally, with products like this, I would love to just paint it on my face and then go about my day, like blend it out and then not have to put it on the back of my hand. But it definitely looks better than it has ever looked before. I've tried a few of these Blursh formulas and it's never looked this good. So that's a bonus, at least. That's something. However, I still just would rather use a powder. Like, who wouldn't just rather use a powder than have to do all that? You know? The stress of it possibly drying. I don't know. It's just... yeah, I don't think that's going to survive, to be honest. To be a cream or liquid blush in my collection and survive, it's gotta be damn good. Like, it's gotta be so good. These just aren't. I'm sorry. I know they have a cult following, but I've got to speak my truth. Okay, I'm going to try another product. This is more of a blush topper for me. This is from the Pastel Roses, and this is the Rose and Sparkles Pressed Highlighter. This is a very dark shade for my skin tone. I am very pale, and this is more of a peachy, pinky, duochrome blush toppery shade. Do I use the same brush? I don't think it would pick up very well on that brush. I have this brush. I got a PR package from Poppy and Fluff, which is a really small indie brand, and they have like I don't know what I'm meant to use this brush, maybe like bronzer or contour. It could be a really good contour brush. It's very, very slim. I'm trying to think what brush would work the best. I have a very dense cheek brush. Yeah, let's go with the denser one because this is quite a dense formula. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to swatch it. It's a very thick formula, and that is the shade. You might think, oh, that doesn't look too bad as a highlight. And like, I could probably use it as an actual highlight, but it's very, very pink. So I'm just going to try it as a blush topper today and see how I like it. Obviously, the Mitchell Blursh was matte, so any shimmer is from this. And I'm just kind of stamping it on with quite a dense brush. It's definitely adding a lot of glow, which is perfect. That's cute. I quite like that. The shimmer in it isn't too much, which is something I was a little bit worried about because these highlights are so blinding. Like, I didn't want it to be too much. I think that is cute. Would I use it though as a blush topper? Normally, if I want a glowy blush, I'll just use a glowy blush, you know? I have so many blushes in my makeup collection. Do I need to specifically have a topper shade? I don't know, but that is really nice. It's a little bit glittery, but it's cute. Okay. This one's kind of still on the fence. That's okay. Do I even want to use this highlight, to be honest? I know I don't like it. Is there any other highlights on the chopping block? Because like, I don't want to use this highlight. You know what? I was going to use this. It's the Essence X Superman Jelly Highlight Stick. I know I don't like it though, so there's no point in using it. It's only going to confirm that I don't like it and make my makeup look bad. And you know what? I don't really want on purpose bad makeup today, so I'm just going to put this away. I know I don't want to use it. I know I don't like it. It's not something for me, so whatever. It's a highlight free day today. So I'm going to prime my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is not on the chopping block, it's just what I use every single day. And the eyeshadow palette I'm going to use today is actually a palette I spoke about in a recent video, and it re-sparked something for me. This is the P.Louise Stack 'em Up palette in the shade Talk is Cheap. This is a bright blue palette with some bright teals. It is so up my street. But the reason why this is on the chopping block is because I simply don't use it. If I'm going to go for blues, I'm just going to reach for other palettes. So I need some inspiration. Okay, so I think I have a look in mind that I want to do. I'm going to start with the shade Level Up. This shade I really do love. This is a deep, almost black blue. Now I love depth. Something that I will always say is I love depth in eyeshadow looks, and normally I always just end up going with a black, but I feel like you don't need a black with this because it is so deep that it is just like so pretty. I'm gonna use my Poppy and Fluff brush collection. I just hit myself in the eyebrow, did you see that? My Poppy and Fluff brush collection today. They're like, I thought this was one of them for a minute because it's the same color. It's not, it's a different brush. They are like this beautiful like green. Let me show you. It's a really pretty green brush set, and you get a little roll as well, a little brush roll. And there's all these like smaller brushes. So if you have smaller eyes like me or not much lid space, I think these would be perfect for you because they're not like crazy big brushes. Like this one is quite big. None of them are this big. So I think if you do have smaller lids or not much space between the brow and the eye, I think these would be really, really good for you. They're good quality. I did have to let them air a little bit. They had that kind of plasticky smell, but that's probably just the glue and because they were in that holder for so long. But if you air them for like a day, they're absolutely fine. So yeah. Look at these. How cute. And it's an indie brand. It's a small UK indie brand. So definitely check out Poppy and Fluff. They do have an eyeshadow palette and a blush palette that I will be using soon. I'm just waiting for another thing to come in PR before I can film that video. So yeah, let's jump into it. I'm going to go in with Level Up, which is the deep, deep blue. And I'm going to pop that right on. I mean, the pigment of this palette is undeniably stunning. Like the quality is great. I've got no qualms with the quality of it. It's just not the palette that I reach for when I think of blue. It's definitely been very, very neglected. So I want to try it again today. I want to give it another shot. And I want to see if it wows me. If it wows me today, I'll probably keep it. I mean, the pigment is crazy. In a great way. The pigment is beautiful. Like P.Louise quality is nice. I do have some other just issues with P.Louise just outside of quality of things, but I mean it's a nice palette. It does definitely look really, really nice on the eyes. Then I'm gonna go in with Talk is Cheap, which is this mid-tone blue. I'm going to do this blue gradient on the outside. I'm going to use another Poppy and Fluff brush. And I'm going to start blending that almost on top of the last shade that we used. That's how I like to do my very close blends. I don't blend like above, I blend on top of the last shade, and that gives you a really close blend. I do have a feeling I'll be keeping this palette because, I mean, it is pretty. It is really pretty. I don't know why I just never reach for it though. I think when I think of blues and when I sit down and think, right, I want to do a blue eyeshadow look, I pick out like my Blue Moon or my Book of Magic or what other palette? I don't know, I just don't think of this palette particularly. Okay, that is the blue. I say the blue, like we're using just one blue. No, we're not. We're using multiple blues, but that is the second blue on. Cute. It was a little bit firmer than the first blue that we used, so it needed a little bit more work, but that's fine. And then we got the shade Hustle, which is the final blue. And then I think I want to put like these bright teals on the inner corner. I've been loving doing like one shade all around the eye and then another shade right in the inner part of the crease recently. It's just been a really nice setup for me. And I've been loving how it looks. I've been doing it with contrasting colours and even colours in the same family like I'm going to do now. I mean, that blended so well. What I love about this palette is it doesn't suffer from the P.Louise curse. I feel like I bring this up every single time I talk about P.Louise, but it needs to be said. P.Louise, especially recently, have come out with eyeshadow palettes with about 50 of the exact same shade with one minute slight difference between them. And that's why I actually got rid of a few other P.Louise palettes, because I don't want 50 of the same blues. I don't need 20 shades in between these two shades. I don't need 20 shades in between these two. I always feel like if you need to put that many shades in a palette, your eyeshadows clearly don't blend very well. Like, this is the blend with just 3 colours. You only really need 3 colours in a blend. If you're doing a monochrome blend like this, you need a deep, a medium, and a light. And that is what this palette gives. And I like that. I don't like having 50 shades to do a blend with. And I know some people do like that because they're like not comfortable or not very confident with their blending. But honestly, if you blend on top and not above the shade that you've just worked with, your blending should be fine. If they're, you know, decent eyeshadows anyway. I think just P.Louise as a whole, I've kind of been turned off by. Just, I don't know. There's a lot of things that have been going on with P.Louise and I'm just a bit like, ooh. Do I really want to use that palette? I mean, it's a great palette. It's lovely. But yeah, just P.Louise as a whole, I don't know, recently it's just not been on my good books. Okay, blend is done. Blend is looking pretty good. So I like that. Now I'm going to go in, I think just with this. I was going to do this deeper one, but I'm going to go in with the lighter one. It's the shade Money Moves. And it is the brightest teal matte. I'm so excited. This is so pretty. And I'm going to pack it on the inner part of this crease. Look how vibrant that is. This is so crazy vibrant. I love this shade so much. This shade was in my eyeshadows I want to project pan this year, or I want to hit pan on, because look how vibrant that shade is. That is insanity. I love that so much. I'm just going to feather out the edges a tiny bit. I'm not putting any more product on the brush. Most of the product has been put down. So I'm just going to use the brush to just blend that shade with itself. That looks cute. Oh, that looks good. Okay. So now I'm going to go in with Boss Babe, which is the deep teal shimmer. And I'm going to pop this on where the like blue ends. I'm just going to pop that on kind of middle to outer corner. And this is almost like a transition between the two colour stories. And then I'm going to take the shade Get Up and Grind, which is this kind of iridescent blue, bluey, tealy, greeny shade. And I'm going to pop it on the lid and blend it in with these. I hope this isn't too like pale white. Oh no, I don't think so. And I'm gonna blend it into that teal shimmer and then up into the teal mattes as well. That's cute. Oh, I feel like a mermaid. I feel so cute. You know what? Yeah, I'm keeping this. This look at it. It is so cute. Oh, Okay. Okay. I feel good. And it even matches my little top as well. Look at me go. I knew I wanted to use this palette. I had a little bit of like a loose look in mind, but that's pretty. That's cute. I don't actually remember what lips were in my chopping block. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I have this. This isn't like a chopping block product, but this would go so well with this look. That's cute. You know what? I don't think I want to do chopping block lips because like I love this look. I don't want to just like ruin it. You know? I've tested a few chopping block products. We're here. It's okay. So the lip I'm going to use is from Profusion. This isn't a chopping block product, but it's a product that I don't really know how I like very well. Like I've used it maybe like once, and it's just a really nice neutral brown. And then I'm going to top it off with my M Glazed Peptide Lip Oil, and it is a beautiful blue shade. It's in the shade So Nostalgic, and I think these two will go really well. I feel good right now, and I don't want a bad lip product to ruin my day. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this. I remember liking this shade. This is the shade Petunia, but the shade Marigold is awful. I hate that shade so much. Definitely a very natural colour, which is kind of what I want for this look because I am gonna put a blue shimmer all over. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, look at me go. Oh, look at me go. I love it. I've got hair somewhere and I can't find it. Ah. Okay, that blue lip. Is it something different? Something that I wouldn't wear every day? Yeah, but for a look like this, I'm feeling it. Okay, I'm obsessed with this look. I really, really like it. Like, I feel like a mermaid. I feel like a mermaid. I think I look cute. Oh my god, my hair is a little bit greasy. I was going to wash it last night, but I really could not be bothered. So I'll do it tonight. Anyway, we're ignoring the hair. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Look at the makeup. I think I look cute. It matches my top like perfectly as well. Okay, let's go through all the products in this chopping block. What do we like? What do we not like? The foundation. Well, actually, no. First of all, the primer. I don't think I'm going to be keeping this. It's just not what I like to use. As I said before, I have started using the Beauty Bay Glow filter. I just prefer this more for my body and my chest. Like, if you can see now that it's dried, there's really not much. There's a little bit, but it's not very noticeable at all. So I just don't really like this. It's not something for me. It's not something that I want to keep using. So no. Garbage. I thought that I would try it one more time. I thought that I would, you know, give it another chance. No, absolute garbage. This IRL filter, I don't know how people use it. A lot of people have said to me, oh, I use it. I love it. I don't know how. You must have oily skin because you saw what it looked like on my dry skin. Absolutely not. Hate this with a burning passion. Next, the blush. So I managed to get it to work for me, which is great because that is a step up from what I usually have, but I still don't like it. I still just don't like it. I would rather just use a powder any day. Like, what is the difference between this and a powder? It's that this takes 10 minutes to apply instead of 10 seconds that a powder would take. I just don't like it. It's fine now that I've jumped through hoops, but I'm not doing that. The Rose and Sparkles highlight, this is nice. It's a step that I don't usually take. Like I said before, if I'm gonna do a shimmer blush, I'll just use a shimmer blush. I won't really use a blush topper. However, I'm very glad that I did use it today. I'm very glad that I got to know it and understood it a little bit more. This one's still on the fence a bit. Next is the eyeshadow palette. I love it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. I think it's so pretty. Look at this look. Like, are you kidding me? I feel so cool. I love these like pastel neons. I think that's what this would be described as, like a pastel neon. And I love it so much. It has brightened up this eye look so much. And even when I was talking about this shade in the past video that I mentioned. I just wanted to use it. I just wanted to get in there and use it, and I have, and I love it so much. So yeah, this palette is probably gonna stay. And then the lip products weren't in the chopping block, but like I love them as well. So hey, mixed bag today. Some pros, some cons. It started out a little bit rough. But we got there in the end. We got this beautiful look and I'm so happy with it. It's so pretty. It's so up my street. Blue is my happy colour. I love blue eyeshadow so much. So I'm going to have a good day today, I think. If you enjoyed this video, guys, definitely like and subscribe. Comment down below what is something on your chopping block that you need to understand a little bit more, that you need to get some use on. I would love to know. It really does boost me out in the algorithm. I do have my channel memberships if you are interested. But with that being said, this is where I'm going to love you and leave you today, guys. Have an incredible day, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye.